Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Here we are again today with another video. If you guys are new here, I lost over 130 pounds and today I want to talk to you guys about everything I wish I knew about dieting and what exactly to eat and certain diet mistakes to avoid when losing weight or when trying to start a weight loss journey. The first dieting mistake that I hear a lot of people say that you want to avoid is cutting your calories too low. Whenever you want to lose weight, of course, you have to be in a calorie deficit and you have to eat or limit the amount that you eat every single day to be able to lose fat on your body, yes. However, you cannot cut your calories too low for many reasons. Firstly, it's very dangerous to cut your calories too low. I've heard people say that they eat less than 1,000 calories a day, and that's certainly not enough calories for your body to be able to function properly and in a healthy manner. The second reason why you shouldn't cut your calories too low is because your body may stall when you are trying to lose weight, meaning that you may lose a rapid amount of weight when you first cut your calories, but then your body will slow down its own metabolism, meaning the rate that it burns calories at, and it will make it harder for you to lose weight. And the last reason why you shouldn't cut your calories too low is because simply you won't have energy day to day to carry out the activities that you need to live your life. You may have energy the first week or the second week or even the first month, but eventually having that type of significant deficit will deplete your energy over time. When I was losing weight, I was in a major calorie deficit, but I never ate less than 1,500 calories a day. I would always eat around 1,500 to 2,000 calories and always eat within that range. And some days I would eat higher, some days I would eat lower, but I made sure to never starve myself or never go below that. The next diet mistake that I want to talk about that is crucial for you to avoid is trying to intermittent fast when losing weight but not eating the right food. So if you guys are new to the concept of intermittent fasting is basically a period of time where you're not consuming any food or any calories essentially. And intermittent fasting can be a great tool for fitness, health, or even weight loss, but a lot of people think that you can just eat whatever you want and basically just not eat for a certain period of time. Of course, it is your body. You can eat whatever you want to, but there is a reason why it's important to stay away from food that may be harmful when you are intermittent fasting, especially if you're picking a more restrictive fasting method, such as something like 1 meal a day. If you are cutting your calories too low and intermittent fasting, and once you break your fast, you break it with something that is extremely processed, has high amounts of carbohydrates and processed carbohydrates for that matter, and or processed sugar, it is going to be harmful. I'm not going to get too in specifics with it, but basically we have different functions within our body. We have insulin, blood pressure, blood sugar, and these things get kind of crazy if you are intermittent fasting and not eating for a certain period of time where your levels are low, and then you instantly spike up your levels with a high sugary or really high processed carb meal. If you do not have the right nutrition when you are intermittent fasting, you will continuously feel hungry and you will most likely feel miserable or feel restricted, and this can cause additional problems such as you overeating. Personally, whenever I intermittent fast, I usually try to break a fast with something natural. Sometimes I break it with drinks, so sometimes I'll have like a latte and prepare my body that way. Sometimes I'll have nuts, but I usually try to have something like a protein shake or some type of fruit or something that's really lean and not hard on my digestive system, such as broccoli or tofu and etc. so I don't hurt my stomach. If you guys are interested in exactly what I eat in a day to lose weight, I do have weight loss recipes down below. The next thing that I wish I knew about dieting that I want you guys to avoid is having too many processed low carb / ketogenic snacks. So it doesn't matter what type of diet you are on. I'm sure you have gone to the grocery store and seen snacks or even online that are marketed as keto or low carb in some way. And you may want to try these snacks or have these in your diet because you think they are going to help you because they are advertised as having a lower amounts of carbs and a lower amounts of sugar, and people generally associate that with something positive. positive. You have to be really careful when you get snacks like this, because even though they are advertised in a certain manner as low sugar or low carb, what does that actually mean? A lot of these snacks have higher amounts of sugar alcohol, which is an indigestible fiber, and it can cause stomach issues such as discomfort and bloating. Or if you are doing something like the regular ketogenic diet and you are truly trying to stay away from sugar and carbs, then these snacks have ingredients inside of them that aren't necessarily ketogenic. A lot of these snacks are made with tapioca, which is not ketogenic. A lot of them are made with wheat or wheat flour, which is not ketogenic. You go and you buy them and you eat them and try to include them on your weight loss journey, and you're stalling and not seeing any results, and you're getting frustrated with yourself and wondering why it's not working. These snacks may be great in moderation, and they may be high in fat, which is a good thing. However, fat has a high amount of calories, and even though you can really choose whatever diet you want to be able to lose weight, if you mix two different macronutrients, such as a high fat diet and a high carb diet, you will inevitably gain weight. And this is because it's almost impossible to eat really high amounts of carbs and high amounts of fat and be in a calorie deficit while being nourished. Whenever I want a snack, I usually stick to whole food, meaning fruits or vegetables, or I make my own snacks at home, or I just cook something and try to get rid of hunger that way. Usually if we're really hungry, we may be thirsty or lacking salt within our diet, so I usually try to rehydrate myself as well if I feel the urge to snack continuously. Honestly, if you want regular snacks and you want to have them in moderations or even treats here and there, that is perfectly fine. It's better to have what you want in moderation than to force yourself to try and eat something that probably won't even benefit your journey in the long run. Next thing that I want to talk about in regards to dieting that I wish everyone knew if they were trying to lose weight is that counting calories should be your first priority over everything when you were trying to lose weight. So yes, you can be on a certain diet. It doesn't really matter what diet you're on. The diet that you choose to follow when you are trying to lose weight only matters if you have a specific body goal. So if you're trying to specifically build muscle and get bigger and stronger, then you have to eat a certain way. If you're trying to strictly lose fat on your body and have your body be, say, in a state of ketosis, then you have to eat a certain way. But other than that, if you are just trying to lower the number on the scale or just lose body fat, you can really do whatever as long as it's healthy. You're eating whole food, meaning you're mainly cooking what you're eating, and you're in a calorie deficit daily. A calorie deficit is the number under your maintenance calories that you would eat every single day to be able to lose fat or weight on your body. So usually the way that I find my maintenance calories is taking my current body weight and multiplying it by 14 through 16, 14 being the minimum amount of calories that you can eat, 16 being the maximum of calories that you should eat with your deficit. Once you multiply that, you will find your maintenance calories, and you subtract that with a starting number of 500. And that is how you figure out your initial calorie deficit. Of course, when you cut more calories than 500, you're going to lose weight faster, but you of course also want to make sure that it's something that is sustainable and something that isn't too fast. As I touched on in my number one tip for you guys, that you should not cut your calories too low. Exercising and fasting can help you lose weight and even help you lose weight faster, but it should actually just be a tool in regards to weight loss. So you can intermittent fast and you can exercise every single day, but if you are not in a calorie deficit, you will not lose weight. Now it depends on what exercise you're doing and etc. and your body goal, but in regards to weight loss, you will not lose weight if you guys are not counting your calories. The next thing about dieting when I was trying to lose weight is that dieting is so much more important than exercising. So as I just mentioned, you can exercise all you want to, but if you don't have the proper diet, you will not be able to lose weight. I would say dieting makes up around 70% of the results that you get when you are trying to go on a weight loss journey. The other 30% I would say is rest resting, exercise, and just genetics, you cannot outtrain a bad diet. Now, there are different diets that you can go on to be able to lose weight. There's high protein, you can be vegan, you can be vegetarian, you can do keto, paleo, and etc. It really doesn't matter. Honestly, if you guys are trying to figure out what diet to go on when trying to lose weight, I feel like it's more important to focus on the health circumstances and your body and how it feels and what you want to correct with your diet. And even though we don't really want to acknowledge it, weight loss can be looked at as something that is done in vain or done with vanity, because we just want to look better, but we aren't really conscious that we aren't feeling good as well. When I was at my heaviest of 280 pounds, I decided to go on the ketogenic diet to lose weight. And this was great and it worked for me, but it only worked for a certain period of time because of the health need that I had at that time. When I was at my heaviest, I had PCOS symptoms, I was overweight, I had really bad hormonal acne, and etc. etc. Going on the ketogenic diet helped me correct those issues. However, when those issues got fixed, my body literally started rejecting the ketogenic diet, which is why I don't follow it strictly anymore. And the last thing that I want to talk about in regards to dieting and what I wish I knew about it before losing weight is the 80-20 rule, or basically the common phrase that you hear everyone say about how you should have the things that you want in moderation. I believe in this rule, but I also feel like this rule has some type of circumstances to it. So the 80-20 rule is essentially where you diet for 80% of the time and then you have what you want basically in moderation 20% of the time. And this can release a lot of anxiety for people who have problems with overeating or just problems with dieting in general, because it can be restrictive and stressful sometimes, and it's just not sustainable to always be on a strict diet. You know, you're gonna vacation, you're gonna go places where you're going to want to just enjoy what you're eating. But I feel like once you are actually trying to get into a routine and trying to get rid of bad habits and actually lose weight, I say be consistent for at least a month until those habits are formed, so that you don't go back and forth from dieting and then overeating and then dieting and then overeating again. People say that weight loss is really a lifestyle change, and I believe that as well. And sure, you can have the things that you want to here and there, but the point is you haven't developed the habits that you essentially need to be able to live a different lifestyle. So you have to discipline yourself for a certain period of time before you start jumping around on your diet. For me personally, I like to have substitutions for the things that I want, because I know it'll regulate my hunger and my cravings for it. And also I like to eat a lot of whole food. I like to cook my own food. I basically cook for a living on YouTube. So because of that, I do cook a lot of the things that I eat, and it helps me control my cravings, and also just knowing I have food readily available for me if I get that craving or if I feel hungry, and it's healthier options. Something that I also have been doing recently is eating a lot more fruit instead of eating sugar. I say you have to be extremely honest with yourself, and once you have a routine and you have been consistent with it and you have been actually seeing results from what you are doing, then you can break the rules of your diet. But most likely, if you are in that habit of feeling good and having that routine, dieting and exercising and eating healthier food, you most likely will not have those cravings as strong as you would if you weren't being consistent. If you guys are interested in the exact recipes I ate on my weight loss journey, I do have weight loss recipes down below. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.